Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my favorites. So I don't do these videos very often because realistically I don't rotate around my makeup or things that I'm liking very often. So I don't find a need to do a favorites that often, but I have a good selection of things that I've been loving, like really loving for the good part of the entire year. Some of them less, some of them definitely more than a year even. So I want to talk about it today. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. But before we do, please be sure to subscribe. It is super easy. All you need to do is hit the little subscribe button down below. Be sure to also hit the little bell so you get notified every time that I post. Let's begin with makeup because I do have a big mixture of things I want to talk about, but I think makeup is what the majority of you guys are interested in. So very first thing has been this year, and since last year really, I've been really loving using skin tints instead of actual foundations on my skin. Like on my day-to-day, on special occasions, I just gravitate towards my skin tints. And the one that I cannot stop using ever since I bought it is by Lisa Eldridge, the Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. This was released this year, I don't even think more than 6 months ago, but I cannot stop wearing this. I really love it. It is what I have on my skin today, and I do have a full-on review of this product, or really more first impressions. I'm gonna leave it in the description box below. I love it. It's very lightweight, but it gives you a decent coverage. It makes your skin look very flawless, very beautiful, in a more natural way. So if you, like me, have been loving the skin tints and you haven't tried this, I would highly recommend it. I've got mine in the shade T7. So moving on with like face products, I guess. I've got a few cheek products. First one, this is no surprise if you've been watching my channel for some time. I've really been loving the highlights by Merit ever since they were released. But for the good part of the year, I cannot stop using this highlight. I have a lot of highlighters, different formulas, but I keep going back to this. I have 3 shades at this point of this Merit. They're called the Highlighting Balm. It's so beautiful. This one specifically is Bounce. So this is the more pinkish shade, but I have 3 shades and I just love them. Even whenever I'm not exclusively wearing this because I want to wear something else, I come back and apply this on top of whatever I did originally. I just cannot stop wearing it. It's very easy to apply. It blends very nicely. It gives you a ton of glow, but in a natural way, if it's even possible for a highlight. It's just perfection. I really love the formula. Just everything about it, I absolutely love. So again, another product that I would absolutely recommend. And speaking of Merit, again, not a surprise. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I am a creature of habit, so once I like something, I stick to those products consistently. Favorite, big favorite, since same thing as the highlight. Since I tried it and they were released, I am obsessed with the Merit blushes. These are called the Flush Balm, but very specifically, since I got this one, the shade Rouge, I think I got this, yes, this year either this year or last year for the Sephora baby sale. And everything changed for me. I really love it. It is such a beautiful color. I like to wear it by itself. I like to mix it, which is what I'm gonna show you in a minute. I have been loving using this as a combination with another blush. It is what I have on my cheeks today. I also apply this on my lips. So I do have, I think this is my 4th shade, but this is my favorite to also apply on the lips. So it's just the most beautiful red shade, but in a more subtle way, if that makes any sense. It's just so pretty. I've really been loving this. Since I got this shade, I don't even reach for my other ones. This is just my go-to. And by itself, on the lips, or as a combo with another blush, I love it. But lately, I've been really loving, I want to say for the past few months, this specific combo. This is the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Cheer. So whenever I bought this was released also, I don't know, sometime this year. This is the powder blush, but it's a very highlighty blush. So whenever I bought it, I tried it on my TikTok and I thought this is really like a blush stopper. I don't like it as much by itself. I've been grabbing a little more the blush by itself and enjoying it, but every time I use it, I'm like, something is missing. and that's something, is my Rouge Merit Blush. So this combination is also what I have today on my cheeks. I just love how it looks. This by itself, it's a beauty, but this one by itself, I'm not fully convinced. But whenever I throw these two together, first I go with the Rare Beauty blush, and then I top it with the Merit blush, and oh my goodness, I just love the combination. So whenever I have any kind of cheek products, it has been this combination. The Merit, one of the Merit highlighters, and then this blush combo of Rare Beauty and Merit. This is just so beautiful, and even coming into the fall and winter, I still think I'm gonna be loving this blush. It is so perfect, and the shade is so forgiving, I feel like, for pretty much every skin tone. So yeah, highly recommend. And I think that'll be pretty much everything for cheeks. Eyes, I have barely used any eyeshadow for the past few years, but if I am wearing some kind of eyeshadow, or if I want to throw something into my lids, I don't have anything today, but if I do, I just keep coming back to Eyes to Mesmerize by Charlotte Tilbury, but very specifically with Jean. Jean is my absolute favorite shade. It is super stunning. I've used it countless times here on my channel whenever I'm doing some kind of makeup look, if I'm doing some kind of eyeshadow. It's stunning. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it, which hurts my soul because this is so expensive, but I just love it, and I gotta show you. Just a little goes a long way. It's just the prettiest wash off shimmer on your lids, but it just looks super stunning. I hope you were able to see that, but it is just so beautiful. It gives the prettiest shine to your eyes, and it just complements any other eyeshadow if you want to use it with, like, as a base by itself, with a lot of makeup, a little makeup. No matter what you wear, this is going to make your eyes look super beautiful. This year, I, on a whim, picked up the e.l.f. Brow Lift at a Target. Just walking around, I saw it, and I knew this was a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Freeze. So I picked it up, not expecting much, but I've really been loving it. This is my second one, so I got it and I finally tried it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this works even better than the Anastasia Brow Freeze, which I've been using the Brow Freeze since it was released. So for a few years, I went through countless of that one, but then I tried this one, and of course it's a fraction of the price. I think this is like $6. But it's not only the price that I really love, it just keeps the hold on my brows for much longer, comparing it to the Brow Freeze. So definitely recommend it if you're looking for that more feathery, won't move look for your brows. Super affordable and really great, to the point that I don't see myself ever buying the Anastasia and just sticking to my e.l.f. I almost forgot I was gonna go into my lip section, but this is not a surprise either, but I've found myself grabbing even more and more my ambient lighting palettes. This one is my favorite out of all of the ones that I have. I think I have 4. I just love this palette. So if you are considering getting this palette for the holidays, which I think they're gonna be releasing it pretty soon, even though we're literally in September, this is definitely an investment. This is almost $100 with taxes. It is beautiful. I think it's definitely worth it. I haven't bought one in like 2 years, so this will be my 3rd year, but I have 4 of them, and I just don't seem to ever finish them. Oh, I just stick my fingernail in it. But it is so stunning. It's been a while that I stopped wearing powder to set my under eyes or around my eyes. I just don't use powder. I exclusively go with one of the finishing powders from these palettes, and my makeup just looks so beautiful, so flawless, and it's just compact. You have everything for your cheek products, and you can double this as a eyeshadow. If you don't wear as much eyeshadow and you're in the go, you just want to throw something in, you can very easily just grab the bronzer, some blush, throw it in your eyes. It's gonna be beautiful every single time. So if you are someone who likes to travel, or if you've never, I just got the blush there in the corner. If you've never tried Hourglass powders, this is such a good investment. Again, it's very pricey, but I would 1000% recommend it. I don't think I'm gonna be buying any this year. I'm trying to go over at least one of them before I purchase another one, but I don't think that's gonna happen. They're just never ending, and I literally use them every single time I do my makeup. If only I'll go for this one because, you know, my cheek products, I've been loving my Merits and you cannot take me away from those. But if I'm going on some kind of, or just even doing my makeup on the car, I'll just throw this in and I absolutely love it. Specifically this one, I think this one is like 3 years old maybe. So I don't know, you can't find this one exactly, but all of them are absolutely amazing. I want to finish up with a few lip products. So the very first one is a lip balm that, this is my second tube. This is the Ole Henriksen Pod Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. So I do use this more as a lip treatment than as an actual lip balm during the day, and I really love it. Again, this is my second bottle and I do see myself repurchasing this time after time. A lot of people were on the bandwagon of the Summer Fridays lip balm, but I have those. I have 2 of those, but I do feel like I prefer this one so much more than the Summer Fridays, and it's also a little bit more affordable. So I'll use this every morning and every night, and I just love how my lips feel, how I wake up with feeling my lips very hydrated. So yeah, definitely recommend. Also not a cheap product, but I think it's definitely worth it. Speaking of not cheap products, this is one of my newest Lisa Eldridge releases, and one of my new products from her line. This is the, what is this called? I don't know, it's the lip balm. Also pretty pricey, but I love this shade, and the formula is so soft and buttery. It's very pretty. I throw this in my bag constantly, and it has definitely replaced my Merit Millennial, which I always have in my bags. But since I bought this, I've just been gravitating toward this at all times. I think it's very beautiful formula. It gives that actual hydration feeling to your lips, and it does last. And the color itself, it's very beautiful. This is in the shade Epano. I don't know how to pronounce it. She does have a few shades she released. It is pretty pricey, especially for a lip balm, but it does have a very pretty tint to your lips. So all in all, I highly recommend it. Now let's move on with books. I do have a few that I would like to talk about, more specifically a series. So I recently discovered this series, literally browsing through Barnes & Noble because of this book. I thought the cover was absolutely stunning. This is by Laura Childs, and this is called A Tea Shop Mystery. I did talk about this in my previous video of my TBR for the fall. So I discovered her through this book because the cover just absolutely won me. Who am I kidding? I bought it because of the cover. And I prefer the more cozy murder mysteries compared to like actual thrillers. I think this is the coziest of coziest series. So far, I am on only book number 2. So I already finished it by the time you're watching this video. So I've read number 1, which is Dead by Darjeeling, and then number 2, which is Gunpowder Green. Also, how stunning are these covers? I really like them. These are the paperback little books, so they are pretty small in compared to like regular, not paperback, I think these are called like mass produced, something like that. I don't know. They're very affordable. They're like $8 or something. This, I believe, is one of her newest releases. But whenever I was looking into the author and this series, I realized that it's like 27 books in the series, and that they do recommend you read them in order. So I am done with 2 of them, and I'm definitely gonna be ordering soon. If not, I've already ordered the 3rd one, depending on when this video is coming up. But it is part of the 3rd one is part of my TBR for the fall. So yeah. Definitely loving that series. I do have a few other books that I've been loving, but I think I'm gonna leave that for a different video. But I just wanted to mention this because how adorable is this? I'm a tea lover, if you didn't know that. I don't actually drink any coffee. So I do like to set my tables and do the whole afternoon tea. So whenever I saw this cover, I'm like, oh my goodness, how adorable is that? So yeah. Big favorite of mine that I recently discovered. I think I bought this one for my birthday in June, and I actually ended up reading this one in July. This too I read in July. I finished reading this at the very end of July. So Definitely favorites of mine. Let's move on with the very last category, and that's gonna be like accessories and clothing. The very first one is gonna be some shoes. So I've been loving the fact that ballerinas are back. I think they're stunning. I don't think they really ever left because, you know, like trends and all of this. They've been very big since last year, but specifically this year, I finally jumped into the Mary Jane bandwagon, which I've never owned Mary Janes until this year. I have 3. Actually, last year I got some in PR that I am obsessed with. And let's talk about the first ones. Beautiful Vivaya Mary Janes. These are beautiful red shade that I love for year round. I've used them so much. They're very comfortable. They do have them in different shades, but this is the only pair that I own, and I really like them. They're very comfy, and I don't know, they just go with everything. I've been using them a lot, or I use them a lot during the summer with dresses. I think they're super pretty, and they've just been super comfortable for my everyday errands, and they just elevate your looks with that little pop of color. Just so pretty. And with that same more, you know, this fabric made out of plastic recycled materials, we have the Rothy's, which I'm pretty sure it's the same type of shoes. Rothy's, as you can tell, I have 2 of them. I first got a pair of black Mary Janes, so I really love them to the point that I wanted to get a pink shade. Vivaya does have black ones, but they don't have any pink that I really liked. So I got this one to try, you know, see the difference. They really are the same comfort level, and I love them equally. These, of course, are beautiful for the pair, you know, for the pop of color, but they are more in the square, so I think they look a little more, I don't know, like a little more, I want to say, not as childish as like an actual just ballerina. Regardless, I love my ballerinas. So these were my first ones in the Rothy's, and then I love them so much that I wanted to get the light pink. Same thing as these ones. I use these ones a lot during the spring and summer with my dresses. Speaking of dresses, and the dresses that I've been wearing non-stop since I discovered the brand, or that I bought it for the first time last year, has been Hill House. So Hill House dresses have just been a dream, and I cannot believe I didn't buy them sooner. Specifically the Ellie nap dress. So these are just so comfortable. I'm pretty sure if you've been watching my videos, you probably see me wearing these dresses all the time. They're just so comfortable. I feel so beautiful whenever I wear them. They just elevate your look. And it's such an easy thing because you're literally just wearing a dress. They're comfy. You can eat at your heart's desire, and you're not gonna feel like you're like, you know, like wrapped in a tight anything. It's so comfy. It's just so beautiful, and I'm not even joking. Every time that I wear a nap dress by Hill House, no matter which one I'm wearing, I get compliments every single time. I do have, I think, over maybe like 20 at this point. I went crazy for sure. I discovered them a few years ago, but I finally bit the bullet. Last year for my birthday, I bought my first 2, and then things spiraled, and now I'm with a little over 20 dresses. So I love them, and I think they are very expensive, but to me they are a very good investment because I wear them all the time, and again, I feel the prettiest whenever I'm wearing them. And lastly, I just want to touch base on a few bags that I've been really loving. I just posted a video on this beautiful Coach Rogue 25. I love this bag. As I mentioned in that video, I have not stopped wearing this bag for the longest time since I bought it. I bought it in June for my birthday, and it's just been such a beautiful addition to my closet. It was my dream Coach bag, so I still cannot believe I own it, and in the most stunning peony shade. I'm pretty sure it's called peony. It's so beautiful. I do see myself buying at least 1 or 2 more of these Coach Rogues. They're just stunning bags, and I just been loving wearing bigger bags, specifically totes. This is not a tote, this is just considered like a medium handbag, but it has so much space and I can fit so many of my things. So yeah, big favorite, even though it's not I guess I haven't had it for as long, but since I bought it, I have not been able to put it down. Very last bag and very last product or item we're gonna be talking about in these favorites was my most, or probably my most used bag of this year, and that is the same thing, a big tote. This is by Tory Burch, and I bought this, I wanna say last fall, sometime in November. I got it as pretty much wanna try it, see how it really is. A lot of people say this is a dupe from the Goyard, I don't know the name, the Goyard bag that everyone has been carrying. I love it. Even if I had that type of money, I don't think I would buy a $3,000 tote, but that's just me. I love it. I think this is so stunning. It's huge. You can probably tell next to my head. I'm gonna be doing an actual full-on review of this bag. I love it so much. I went on and bought a second one in the smaller size because they have this bigger one, which is the original, and then they have a smaller one. So I have now this one and the second one. They're just, I mean, this one has just been my go-to. Pretty much on my daily, whenever I just don't want to think about it, I need to throw in a bag, this has been my go-to. So yeah, I'll be filming a video talking about these two bags by Tory Burch, but this is gonna be a long one. Thank you so much for watching. If you did get to the very end of this video, let's go ahead and leave me a little red heart in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments below what have you been loving, what should I check out. If you have any cool new things that I should go ahead and take a look, let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!